And entertain a motion for someone to chair the meeting.
You could probably do roll call and then,
Roll call first.
yes.
Okay, William Coward is absent. Joseph Blanchett.
Here.
Francis Dalton.
Here.
Heidi Hales Walker.
Here.
Paul here. Absent. Arthur Von Bulen.
Here.
Okay. And now I can ask for a motion to have someone be leading the meeting.
I'll motion that one of the veterans here, Arthur, maybe, run the meeting, please, sir.
Can you do it?
Sure, I guess.
We have to have a second.
Second.
And who's second, Frank?
I don't want him throwing rocks at me. I noticed you're way down there.
Okay, so a vote on that. Joseph?
Aye.
Francis? Yes?
Aye.
Heidi?
Aye.
And Arthur?
Aye.
All right, so thank you very much. Arthur will chair the meeting for us.
Well, this is to open the Building Trades Examining Board meeting. We've had the roll call, so the next item would be any disclosure of ex parte communications. Anyone? No.
There are none.
Let it record show there were none. I'd like to entertain a motion for approval of the minutes of the last meeting.
I move so.
Heidi said yes. And the second?
I'll second.
Joseph Blanchett,
Aye.
Francis Dalton,
Aye.
Heidi Hales Walker,
Aye.
Arthur Von Bulen.
Yay.
Motion carries.
Okay, we'll now have the swearing of the city staff, please.
If anyone in the audience plans on standing up and speaking, will you also please stand and raise your right hand and state your full name? In the matter to which you are about to give testimony, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? The witness has been sworn in.
Okay, after that, we now return to the old business at hand, which on our agenda is the item BTB 2020-1947, Delbert Gay at 323 Palm Street.
And Gary will be presenting.
This is case number BT 2020-19471. Okay, the property is located at 323 Palm Street. On 10/28/2021, the building trade continued this case until April 28th, 2022 to today. Pretty much basically where this goes is based on our thing, the work, he had 6 months to complete the work. Mr. Dilbert Gill has progressed on the project considerably. The board had continued the case, certified mill, and been returned to the city. And notices posted on the property November 2nd, 2020, just for the record. As of yesterday, Barb's people, I'm reading from Barb's notes. As of yesterday, Barb's people went out and looked at it, and Steve and I went out there a couple days prior to that. We're finding that the case he's in compliance. There's minor work that's not done, but the structural work has been completed. It's pretty much done, and if they don't complete this minor work, Barb, we're going to start a code case on it and go under the code board. Staff's recommending that we close this case.
So he's been keeping up with his inspections on time and everything then?
He was sick. He had a lot of issues. He had cancer, Mr. Dilbert, but he's been great to work with. He's here presently.
Right.
He's been great to work with. He's a real gentleman. He does what he tries to do. He tries to get it done. And our intent is to make a house and property safe, and, you know, and he has done that.
Right. Okay.
So it's staff recommendation that we just close the case. And like I said, there is some minor work that he has to do yet, like some fascia, some painting and stuff like that, but if it's not done, we'll just do a code case on it.
So do you have an expected time that you're going to give him to have that done?
We feel that we'll just release this case because it's building trade for condemnation.
Okay.
And we just want to waive this, and if he doesn't do it, we'll just open a new case under code.
Okay.
Well, I'll make an motion, we close the case for 323 Palm Street.
Okay.
Do we have
I'll-
a second?
I'll second it.
Joseph Blanchett,
Aye.
Francis Dalton,
Aye.
Heidi House Walker,
Aye.
Arthur Van Buren.
Yeah.
Motion carries.
If you're gonna say Van Buren, I'm gonna say yeah.
Van Buren, I'm sorry.
I don't believe it was on the agenda, or it wasn't on the report, but we want to do a report on 512 Myrtle. On 3/29/22, the gentleman, he brought in application for a permit, and we honored, we gave him a permit for a demo for that garage. So currently we're not going to close the case, but currently he's in compliance for what we have asked him to do.
Is that Mr. Peoples?
Pardon me?
Was that Mr. Peoples?
Yes.
This is the home that's, the garage is missing
The
the
garage
roof.
in the rear, and it's, you know, he needs to do something, and the building in the front's not getting any better, so we may be in with another code case in a couple more months or something like that, but, you know, he has come in with a permit. There's been no activity on the site as of yesterday, but he does have a permit. He's done what we asked him to do.
So you're recommending that we close the?
I'm not recommending, I'm just giving you an update. I don't want to suspend the case until, you know, I don't want to reopen it if we have to go back through this.
If memory serves, the motion that was made on that was to proceed forward with condemning the property unless he was,
30
30
days?
to get a permit.
obtained a permit,
He
so.
has obtained the permit.
Well, he got a demo permit, he got a demo permit for it, so he's
Right.
not gonna try to rebuild it, he's not getting the engineer. You know,
Okay.
he was saying he was gonna try to rebuild it, so we're not doing that, he's just gonna tear it down now. So if he tears it down, we haven't seen a lot of action, but if he does tear it down, we'll close it. If he doesn't, we'll just keep it open and tear it down ourselves.
Well, do you have a time frame for the?
He has 6 months from the time he pulls the
I
permit.
see.
And he pulled the permit on 3/29/22.
Oh.
Yeah, I read that on
Quick question.
I will not give an extension. I don't give an extension on this case either.
Right.
Quick question for the city attorney. We made a motion previously, and he's achieved what he needed to keep us from proceeding forward with that motion. Do we need to make another motion to keep it open, or?
Not at this time.
No? Okay, great.
Okay.
The only thing I would ask, if we could go back to item 5A and just see if there's anyone from the public who wanted to be heard on that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure we offered it.
Any more questions for me? It's a pretty short agenda tonight, pretty nice.
the, yeah. Well, the only other one
Hello?
was the Peoples case. The only one I had on my agenda was that other case with Mr. Peoples. So you've clarified that and this status.
I'd like to, I know it's not an official discussion and it could be put off into another board meeting when we have everybody here. But I just was gonna ask the board, I said, since the county, we're stepping out of the county someday.
June
Okay.
20th.
Yeah. If the board wants to get a little bit more active, like in unlicensing or lack of permitting or anything like that, I didn't know if you guys, because it could, you know, currently we run some of those things through the county boards if we have it, and I didn't know if you guys want to entertain that or not, because it's really where I'm supposed to go.
If we were able to entertain doing some of those things at this board, would they help mitigate the time that the city staff is tasked out?
Yes, it's better for the whole city. we need to, you need to control unlicensed activity. And unlicensed activity, we gotta do something. We're working with Shay on some other things, some ordinances and stuff like that, but it's something that needs to be done, and I need a building trades board to be able to do this.
I mean, from my mental standpoint, on behalf of the city and this board, anything we can do to reduce staff's time and also city expenditure, it would be almost nonsensical not to entertain it.
I agree.
Yeah, well, I would suggest that perhaps we put it under a new business discussion, that we get involved with the city attorney and see what the repercussions could be, what authority we actually would have.
So
And then
Again,
try and
this
convert
was
it
more
all.
for a discussion, a discussion to find out where you wanted to go with this and how you felt about it.
yeah, so what I would recommend is maybe, it sounds like everybody would entertain it, is to send me a list of what you want to do, because I'm not sure it's within our ordinance right now that they have jurisdiction
I
on
know,
that.
we have a lot of changes. don't we?
It seems like it. So if you just have an idea of what you would like the Building and Trade Board to do, I can look to see if it's appropriate.
I need them to function the same way as the county's Building and
Okay.
Trade Board does currently. So I need it to be, parallel to what the county does.
Okay.
Is there somewhere that a list of their duties is spelled out that we could perhaps?
I can find it.
Okay.
I'm sure it's in their ordinance.
I, by chance, I sat on several of them boards, when I was on your side, and I sat on several of them boards, and they did handle these in most cases. Unlicensed activity, unauthorized work, that kind of stuff.
Well, it sounds like it needs to be
We need to get
approached by
some,
somebody.
we need to get
so,
some,
yeah.
there's a lot of things we need to do. We need to work on some kind of, a fining system, and that'll be Shay's job, but,
Oh, fine.
yeah. She's not doing anything.
She doesn't have many
No,
responsibilities.
she's not busy at all.
so.
And certainly my concern with the staff is if you have to go to that board on the 15th and it takes 30 days before they can make a motion here, and that takes another 30 days, a 30-day problem can turn
That's
into
tough.
120 days real
Yeah,
fast.
exactly.
We're getting a lot of, like homeowner builders, and they got a handyman that's pulling the permit, and you're getting a lot, then you have all the handyman people out there working, and they don't have no workers' comp, no insurances, they're doing air conditioning, electrical work, AC work, and we spend a lot of time, you're out there sort of babysitting them all the way through those projects, not in every case, but in a lot of the cases. And we're an easy target, it seems, New Smyrna Beach for some reason, and we have a lot of that here. And we need to,
Well, it needs
we
to
need
be
get-
addressed, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it needs to be addressed a little more, and the state's getting looser and looser on their guidelines, so I need to have some way to enforce it.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for me?
I'm sure we will, and
Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you.
And I believe everyone has in front of them a gift from the city clerk. They did make some changes to the ordinances regarding attendance, how often you can miss and for why. It does also say in there that you must notify the city clerk, not me, but the city clerk, if you're not going to be able to attend 24 hours prior to the hearing. So please put that someplace handy so that if you can't be at a hearing, that you will let them know, and she will share with me, I'm sure, if you're not going to be here.
Perfect.
Do we have any new business?
There is no new business.
No one in the audience that wants to approach with
Anyone
any
else?
new business or anything? No?
Okay.
Okay. I don't know what we have under requests to appear. Do we
Nothing.
have any of those?
Nothing.
No? Okay. Anybody else have any comments this evening, or staff? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion to
You
close the
don't
meeting.
have to do that. You can just take charge and call the meeting.
I
adjourned.
don't like to assume power, us Germans. Yeah.
Hammer down.
Declare the meeting closed then.
6:40.
Dang, that's probably the shortest meeting I think I've been at.